On the surface level, I'm going to win the Olympics. There's not going to be a single stone unturned.
He's changing the game of Taekwondo.
By the time I step into the ring, there's going to be no doubt in my mind that I can do it. It's just going to be whether or not that's my day or not. And I'm biased, obviously, but I think it's the most exciting sport in the world. My name is CJ Nickolas. I'm a professional Taekwondo fighter, and this is No Days Off. I started Taekwondo when I was 3 years old. I did it throughout my entire childhood. 17, 18 is when it got to a professional level. I was pretty good at that point. So I got pulled up, moved to England. Now I've gotten to a point in my career where I'm solidified as a top contender in my weight division. Since then on, it's just been up and up. For me, the goals with my lifting is to increase the explosive power so that I'm hitting somebody hard, you know what I mean?
We're just ramping up, getting his velocity at different weights.
Like the sustained power. So being able to withstand that for 2 minutes straight and then having a break and then pulling it back and going 2 minutes again and then pulling it back and going 2 minutes again, you know? Like being in the best shape possible so that my engine never dies out, you know? And I can still be hitting as hard at the end of the 2 minutes as I did at the beginning. This number right here tells you how fast I moved in general, like the fastest I moved in that movement. Yeah, the low reps and the high numbers is all just about generating power from nothing and not getting any momentum with it. In the machines that we were on, it's all compressed air power rather than iron weight. So you can't use any momentum, you know? It's purely just whatever you have in the tank, pushing it out. It's pretty centralized, it's pretty cool. Having the capacity to be able to go for an entire match is so important. There's athletes that are very, very good at the sport, and if you took one round with them, they're killing everybody. But then as soon as they have to get into a second and a third round, that's when it starts falling off. You know? I'll be lifting. You have to work that balance of the two, of being super explosive and letting all your energy out, and then bringing it back and being able to have a consistent pace for the entire match. You know, it's a full body workout every time I come in. You know, I never get a break.
CJ was one of the first 4 athletes that we talent ID'd.
Literally 5 or 6 days later after I got that email, I was on a plane on my way to Manchester. I had no idea what I was in for, but now I do.
Got an incredible skill set, has an X factor of his speed and how dynamic he is. And so, yeah, he was a big draw for myself and Paul to move over to the United States and work with.
Just punch straight away.
Okay. You're going to give me the cover, you're going to give me the punch.
Always going to give you the cover. The punch is there.
Yeah, I know, but you're always going to give me the cover before.
It was a very pressurized, pressure-driven training session that you saw today. We restrict them through techniques they are allowed to use or cannot use. We restrict them to a specific role or a situation like an attacker versus defense.
Modern Taekwondo, you've got to be good with these at the same time as you're trying to score with these. Score your shot, whatever it is.
It's a kicking-based sport. It's very creative. You can come up with so many different tactics in the game.
When you go to the Olympic Games in a combat sport, it's a very aggressive environment, a very confrontational environment. So we have to try to replicate that as much as we can within the training environment.
Like I said, that sustained power, like that's something that I'm not necessarily the best at because I'm so explosive. So it's like, if you think about it like Mortal Kombat, you know when you do a special move and the bar of energy goes all the way down and then it has to slowly come back up? That's a lot of the stuff that I do when I fight. So I have to find the balance of like only using half the bar and then keeping it at half the bar and then filling it back up so that I can do it again, you know, and never being at E. The way that you see someone fight in the ring is directly correlated to their identity. So for me, for a while, my fighting got very robotic, and it was because I was trying to learn from new coaches, which I had never done before, and I lost my identity. And so it wasn't me. Like I didn't feel like myself when I was in the ring. But then I brought it back and I really thought about it, and I was like, the reason why they brought me into this program was because of what I was doing before. I started letting those creative juices flow and getting in and just having fun with the sport again, loving the sport again. And I started doing things that people have never done in the sport. That I'm faster and I'm stronger. Whatever's supposed to come to me will come. Thank you guys for checking out my story. Make sure you like, subscribe,